So I'm trying the camera out now with the external microphone. We'll see how this works. I've got the EIS on for hopefully my bounce and won't be as bad as it's been. I got a little rig set up here so I can carry it anyhow, pretty easy. And these little guys here are my calves from this year, weaned and on their own. And there's 6. I had 7 this year. This one down there itching itself. So basically this will be a short farm tour, kind of just the immediate yard. The camera, I used a waterproof case to do one filming with basically no sound, at least not external microphone, and it wasn't too bad. So this is my little makeshift greenhouse, chicken house. I raised a bunch of chicks up in it this year. Here's my 3 roosters. I really won't tell them. Anyways, so they're hanging out in here. So people will probably say, "Oh, chickens are tough. They are tough birds." Yeah, they get a little frostbite, but mostly they do okay, and our weather hasn't been as cold as it could be. Here's my garden shed and my chicken feed shed, I should say. My dad and I worked on this together here a few years back now. So this space really is supposed to be my garden. I had it all fenced in like I do right here. That just don't work. Quack grass sneaks in. It's a pain. Anyways, long story. So here's my chicken house. Now this thing originally did not look quite like this. I had hoops, and over time, which is somewhere around 16 years now, I think, when I first built this, we've had to make some adjustments to it. So we've added steel on the back. But here's my little chicken girls. Looks like we're getting a couple eggs. And one is sitting. Yeah, the water freezes up in here. But I put snow in when we have enough. The chickens seem to do alright. We kind of just go with the flow and the weather. And the sunlight, I don't put added heat or lights in here. Yes, it needs work, and I'll probably be getting some new poly. This is poly weave plastic. It's lasted me. You can see the tear there. It's from wind and wear on those plastic hoops. That was one of my Farm Tech greenhouses. Actually, I've sort of modified it from the original. It also had those PVC loops. They just aren't heavy enough for the possible snow load we can get here. So, Grandpa's junk pile, I've been slowly working on that. Those are some black walnuts. Actually, 2 bigger ones here straight are butternuts, but they made some nuts for a few years and they have it here for many now. Not quite sure why that's the case. So this is the Morton building, or shed. It has a small shop inside. There's my fencing gear and my post hole digger. As you can see, here's my garden / feed shed. It's an underground roots are. Gets a little too cold in there. So I think maybe some modifications, but I've been using it for storage right now. And here's my messy shop. We'll take a look here. As you can see, messy. Anyways, I have plants and all kinds of projects. Hopefully I can get a few of them done this winter without the heat costing too much, because we run on electricity here. That's how it was set up. Well, originally we had propane, and that's a long story in and of itself. So the noise, sorry about that, is the door opening. So here's my workhorses. My Oliver 1655 diesel, D15 Alice. She's a gas tractor. My grandfather has owned her since she was 2 years old, I guess, or something like that. 4. Anyways, this is a approximately 45 horse tractor. Oliver is about 65. Oliver I use for baling round bales and some other work that the D15 can't handle. That's my Rebel 55 round baler. Did some work on that this summer. Late spring, early summer, I should say. It's my square baler, New Holland 273. That thing is, well, it works. So let's put it that way. And my little tiller that I got here not that long ago. This is my pallet bale motor. It's not the most perfect thing for moving bales, especially when they start sagging and falling apart and whatnot. But it's good for a lot of things. It's my new seat. My butt was getting sore earlier this year. It's been for years. I said I gotta do something about it. Ended up rebuilding the whole seat. It was in that bad of shape, rust-wise. So, the history on the junk, yeah. History on the tractors. We bought this one, Grandpa and I should say, three seasons ago now. She had some problems, sat too long with diesel in her. Before we got her, of course, we didn't know that was the problem. We got most of that sorted now. Had a few repairs, front tires and wheels had to be replaced. Muffler and some other stuff. But it runs pretty good overall. The D15, well, it's getting old. It's older than I am, so it has its moments where it needs repair, but that's nothing unusual for tractors that get used, worked, and whatnot. So I'm going to close the door here. Sorry about the noise. So there's my buddy down there, Sharab. He's 20. He'll be 21 this coming year in May. He's a pretty friendly horse. Never got him trained for riding. Short story on that. I don't know much about training horses, so I didn't think I could do a proper job, but he might be more forgiving than I give him credit for. Sorry about the gate noise. I need to oil my hinges. So, one little heifer there. So my messy horse, he's getting older. He don't sleep up standing as much as he used to. So he's getting a bit dirty this winter, which is not like him. Is it, buddy? Yeah. So Shrub's an Arab. His mom was a neighbor's mare. Say hi to everybody, Shrub. Anyways, he's a good boy. He's really a good horse, actually. There's my bully. Actually, I raised him from a calf. He's replacing the big guy. I had to move on to the big cow heaven in the sky. He's out of one of my cows out here. I'm just going to use him as a cleanup bull. I might be doing some AI in this summer. Trying to buy a new bull is kind of an expensive proposition. So, anyways, this is our calving shed. I really have only used it a few times, so I sometimes, last winter the horse got to go in there, but this winter I think him and the bull would be fighting over the space too much, so got some square bales in there for him. My dad made those. I've been doing square bales for a few years now. So, I'll turn around here and don't know if you can see the road here. Maybe some cars will go by and I can get a filming of them. You can kind of see that's where one property line is. Farm is quarter mile wide. This 80 anyways. Half mile long. We won't go on that walk. Batteries get a little taxed out here in the cold, I noticed. Charged them up initially, but that didn't seem to help. I'm down to 2 out of 3 bars already. So we'll go visit the cows. So I have corral work to do. Grandfather and I did these about 20 years ago. A little longer now. Actually 23. It was about 20 years ago, I guess. I've been up here. Oops, sorry about the camera. The microphone makes things a little harder to stabilize. I'll try to set you guys up here for now. I get this gate. Oops. Okay. Never leave a gate open to where you don't want cows to go out. They find all the interesting places to get out. So this is our working chute. I don't use it very often. I don't do a lot. Ear tags. And I gotta put new ear tags in my cows. They last. Plastic twine and then bales has its advantages and its disadvantages. One of them is a disadvantage is they don't break down very quick. And they're hard to get off when it freezes. So this is our water. It's heated to 40 or 45 degrees, I forget. Mineral fountain. No. One of those things you just don't have when you live in cold northern climates. Because water any other way is not an option. So it's piped in from my well. It's on the north side of the house. I believe everything is insulated and whatnot. Anyways, the thing's been running for 25 years now here. Pretty much without a hitch. Only time we have trouble in the winter time is when somebody decides it's a good thing to back their butt up to the water tank and take a poo. So here are the girls. I have 11 cows out here now this year. They're eating a little more hay than what we were predicting. So I'm going to be short. And of course we were low on grass already this fall. So I was feeding hay earlier than what I normally would be. But we also have a lot of woods here. Grass is minimal. It's about 155 acres totally on this farm. Guessing here, let's see, we got 7, maybe 14, 24. There might be 35 acres worth of hay grown. Not always the best. We have ranging soils here. There's clay, sand, and some peat. Lots of trees. We've got at least, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, maybe even closer to 40 acres of lowland swamps, which is sort of a pain to deal with. It gets too wet. You just can't get in them, and really that hay is got willows in it and Reed's Canary, and the cows will eat it when it's short, but the time you can get in there to cut hay, it's pretty rank. So this girl here, come here, Liz. Liz is one of my pet cows, ones I can pet. She's a nice girl. Say hi to everybody, Liz. Yeah, how you doing, Liz? Yeah. And her mom is over here, I see, eating on the hay. Yes, I have to buy some hay. I don't like buying hay. For one, it's not always the best quality of hay sometimes. Oh, that's Liz's sister. Where'd you go, pet? Oh, she's around here somewhere. That's a grandma there. Yeah, actually, I can tell most of these apart since I've known them for so long. That's Ma there. Is this you, pet? Maybe. Yeah, this is pet. You gonna let me pet you while you're laying down? Oh, yeah. There you are, old girl. See? Proof I'm petting the cow. No, those are the only two I can actually pet. They just didn't do anything special with them. They just, I guess they like me. So, anyways, so I'm feeding them here. It's my defunct calf shed up there. The tree fell on the corner of it last fall and not had a chance. So I was going to move it. Yeah. Farmers, as Grandpa say, have more work than they ever get done most of the time. I believe him. So, I don't know if you can see that car. Anyways, so the highway is just not that far away. Just beyond these trees was kind of our line there. And beyond that was the old farm. My grandfather owned this 80 prior to building here. And yeah, it's not the best of a building site for having cattle, but they had a lot, flatter land. Oh, horse is protesting at me. I think he thinks I should feed him some more hay again. So him and the bull are watching me. Anyways, yeah, this hillside is not the best, especially when wintering cattle too. But it's not optimal to winter them on fields, as you can see. Rolling out hay is not an option. Cows do waste a lot of hay. I like round bale feeders. Not those in particular. There's a lot of hay waste there. They need to have the small bars. Some say, oh, get the ones with the metal strapping around them. We had one of those. Yeah. The best feeder is the ones with the bars are only, 6-8 inches apart on the very lower ring of the feeder. So here's my cup manure pile. One I didn't get hauled off. This is only part of it. I hauled most of it off already. 56 loads out of a manure spreader I will show you in a little bit here. So that's my front field, probably the best field we have on the place. Clover, timothy, dandelions, it's a mix of forbs and grasses and whatnot. Best grass on the place. Cows like it, had it out on them out there in the fall, because we're pretty much done haying by the middle of August here. Some people stretch it. Gets hard to dry it, and if you have heavy hay with clover and whatnot, it's really hard to dry. So if you don't get it dried down, you bale it, you basically have moldy hay. No animal likes moldy hay. They will, for the most part, will not eat it. And starving critters is not my motto. So the girls have been eating one bale every 2 days at this point. I was hoping this little warmer weather than what we can have would give us a break on the hay, but it's not coming to that. Of course, the horse and the bull have some swamp hay in their grass, their bale there, which they're not liking all that well, but it gives them some bedding, I guess. I'm going to have them spoiled. They were eating hay off the front field. Some of last year's hay, actually, that a neighbor had net wrapped for me. Net wrap hay. Yeah, I think it has its purpose, but here, when we get the thawing, freezing rain here in Minnesota, I'm opening the gate here, so it's really, I don't think it's the best. It's really difficult to deal with, so unless you feed that hay yourself and get an idea, pretty much people don't really realize the kind of pain it is. Don't buy straw hay in it. So once you take the wrap off, those straw bales being the way they are, they blow up. And believe me, trying to clean up 200, 300, 400 pounds of hay that just exploded all over the place on you is not a fun job. So, yeah, some people might disagree, but let's just say after that, I was trying to actually give one bunch of animals the year I did that some straw and then take the rest to the bigger bunch. That didn't pan out very good. So the back of the chicken house were kind of where we started. We'll go walk up here by the woods. So I think I was figuring out how much woods was on here. The back of 80 has maybe 10 acres of woods on it. 12. A lot of it's willows, really. I don't call that woods. Here, though, on this 80, we have, well, honestly, most of this 80, except for the maybe 12 acres or so of lowland, and then the field out front, which is 7 or 9 acres, somewhere in there, and then the open spaces we have out in the pasture. the bigger open spaces, I should say. In the yard here, we're talking about most of this being wooded. And we're right around 79, I think, acres. The other one is more like 75. So, anyways, we've planted some apple trees, but we've lost one or two. My grandparents planted these, actually. Probably not in the best places. This is one of them. This was our, drawing a blank. Not Sweet 16, but, not a Harrelson. Harrelson's down here. Honeycrisp. And, I don't know, some people think there's a disease, but I think it got struck by lightning. We get a lot of that here. Lightning striking the trees. So, and then all these pines are not, well, my grandparents planted them. I think I'll be thinning these out. They planted them a bit close together, and anyways, I have visions of fence poles and gate posts and things like that for the corral. So I think I'll be trying to cut some of them down. Anyways, so there's a few things back here. I had some of my greenhouses back here, the farm tech ones, and it was just too hard to get back here with the snow and uncover them when it got deep. Yeah. Right now, this is not bad at all. We've had 2 or 3 feet of snow. Getting back here is a little difficult. So, even though it's close to the house, oh, Bunny! Don't know if that was Mr. Rabbit. I think he's passed on. We had sort of a pet wild rabbit. He didn't seem to mind us. So that's my cultivator I use on the Oliver. And up there's the Bush Hog offset disc. It's kind of like a cross between a disc and a plow. Kind of does both purposes. That's my International Harvester 1100 sickle mower. There goes the bunny. Whee! And my cattle trailer needs some wiring done on it. Chipmunks. Ooh, chipmunks are destructive. Cats don't eat enough of them, even the wild cats. So, this is sort of behind the house. And I don't know if you can tell, but those, they're not birch, they're actually popple or aspen, I believe. Anyways, most of the locals around here call it birch or popple. There's just a fence along there. That's around the other 80 on the neighbors. Yeah, neighbors. Anyways, so we'll walk down this little, I call it a field road. This goes down to actually the back end of this 80. And at the end of what looks like a road down there, I think you can see my tracks. Then is a gate that goes into the other 80. And so basically this is my cow's pasture for the year. Trying to improve the soil. Clay, and then of course there's sand on some of those fields, so it makes it a little harder. But I think you can see the fence line over there. This is my gate here. But basically that's the pasture. I split this 80 off in about, actually they have about 5 sections they can go into. And if we get an ample amount of rain every year and don't go through a dry spell like we usually do in July or August, and then get rain again, usually the grass holds up pretty good. This year we went until about August and the grass was getting kind of skimpy. So, my battery is about had it, I think. It'll probably be, it hasn't stopped already. Looks like this thing has stopped recording and started again. So, little things, we will see how it recorded. But, anyways, so we'll walk down this way, I guess, until we go. Yeah, this batteries out in the cold do not last very long. I don't think we've been out here. If we were out here 10 minutes, that'd be surprising, honestly. Our yard's not that big. The farm is big. That takes a little longer to walk. The whole farm. But, so, anyways, that's my manure spreader. It's not very big, but it does the job. Actually, the neighbor had it, sold it to me. It's about the size the D15 could handle, but I use the Oliver. It makes it easier hooking and unhooking. It's my hay wagons. I need some repairs. I got the tires. Well, they're good enough for now. Some of them are new. Those are getting expensive. And then my little hay rake over here, Grandpa had that for as many years as I can remember as a farmhand. Yeah, the wheel covers have come off of it. Haven't quite figured out what to get for it to replace those without making them heavy. But neighbor's gonna weld the hitch for me. Not a hitch, but drawing a blank. Anyways, so I don't have to use a cement block anymore. Cold is freezing my brains. Anyways, this old grain truck I got from out of North Dakota originally. When I was getting oats from the neighbor, which I don't do anymore for various reasons, I was using it. We have to pull it out when we bring the balers out, but I haven't got everything stuffed in this fall like I usually do. So the truck is sitting out, but it's a 54 Chevy 6400 grain truck. 2-ton, I believe, if I remember correctly. So, we've sort of come to the end of our, you've seen the driveway when I've come up. That's basically our driveway. In my truck, my Ranger, Ford Ranger. That thing's 20 years old. Anyways, so here we are. End of the mini tour, anyways. So, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.